Hello. Today I'm going to start trying out some Shadow Studios. Who you guys got? 711. That's when I downloaded it. I'm not sure if that. I'm not sure on that loading screen. The guy running with just a big watermark. I don't know if you can get one without a watermark. So again, remember, I'm trying to play this from a single game playthrough standpoint. I'm not looking for your individual levels. I don't really care about all this. Just want to make sure your game works. Personally, I'd probably make use of this a bit more. A little bit bigger font, a little bit more spread out. But not a big deal. Start. Again, I would probably put that guy like out here. That way, as soon as you start, you're like, oh, I'm gonna go talk to him and go from there. Let's see. So, I mean, the obvious thing. Oh, I don't know why it's still there. But overlapping the e-text, and it looks like one is independent of the proximity to the NPC. One's stuck to the NPC. One's in the middle. But yeah, just fix that so it's one. Hello, recruit. The construction site. Perfect location to strike. Enemies. Just check your spelling. Okay. So when you do this, I don't have a mouse right now, but I like to do, have your action and key a different color than all the rest of your text. That way, so left mouse and attack will be a different color. Left mouse to attack, okay. Sure to explore, useful items, I to check your backpack. Double jump, space. L for your objectives. Alright. So you told me attack. Jump, I don't take damage, I. So just to jump ahead, if that's supposed to be your AI, I don't know why you didn't see me at all. I pick these up ahead of time. Again, just a reminder, I would not have these collidable. Because later on you might have other pickups, power-ups or something, and it's just kind of annoying to get stuck on. Can't interact. And so even here would be a good thing, L key highlighted. Okay, I mean, so just looking at the attack again, I would look at, see if you can get a step animation in there. Maybe you can do a top half, bottom half, and the bottom half you can just use a walk animation and have them just step forward. And it'd be the same thing here, just having the legs move, like if you're stepping forward, would help it look better. And you guys said you removed the third one? The other thing I would add to this is just like you have hold on a second. Sorry about that. So just like you have when you were hitting enemies, they were making sounds. Just have your player also make sounds like swinging, like maybe a sword swipe. If you want your sword to look a little cooler, you can your sword attack. You can do you can look into ribbons and place them on the bones of along the sword, and then only have it active during swings and You'll have a little weapon trail, a little wind streak. Then you can look into a distortion shader and then put that on there, and then you'll have like wind is distorting. The air is distorting behind it. E to interact. So as Jose mentioned in other playthroughs, and I believe I did also, is like, yeah, I would look at trying to get where you have collect 4 health potions in the top right, kill 2 enemies. Have it say, you know, collect 4, 0, or 4, something like that. That way you can, you know how many you have collected. Do they actually attack me? But also, obviously, once you kill an enemy, I would play a death sound, play a death animation. I recall in one of you guys' cards that you have. I'm sorry, somebody came into the cube real fast. You got a lock on. So obviously, work on your camera with this stuff. You don't want these. You don't want this happening. I don't know what your lock on is, so make sure you update this. If your lock, I believe it was you guys that had lock on. I apologize if it wasn't. The other thing, looking at your power-ups, your pickups. So what I would do with these is, like I said, don't have them collide. But just like this one and the one that was here, because they're off in a corner in a dark area, you know, maybe have them lift them off the ground a little bit, have them bob in the air, maybe even have it tilted ever so slightly, like 10 degrees, and have it rotate. Maybe the type of item, like so this one, you know, red, have a little red light on it. That way, you know, from a distance you can kind of see, oh, there it is. Let me go get that. Well, actually, let me see. I collected the other one, and I collect this one. But it doesn't show me, you know, 2 of 4, because I collected the other 4 beforehand. And I know, okay, it does say 2 complete. What I would also do if you're completing of your quest is maybe like turn the text green. Oh, where's my double jump? What happened to that? I think I have your sound turned down a bit, and is that your... Oops. Is that your jump sound? Probably get something a little less wheezy. That's the right word. All right, whatever. I don't know if you noticed that right there. After sprinting and then I stopped, I had a bit of a slide going on. So also, I don't know where you guys, in as far as like, you know, screen space, where you want your inventory to be, if that makes sense. So what I'm getting at, and I'll show you here with this one, we'll talk about it. What I like to see, what I think is good, is like a lot of MMOs, RPGs, and stuff like that. So when you pick this up, maybe just in the middle of the screen, or even where it says press E to interact, that text will change to, you know, +1 health potion and then fade away. Or you can do something around the head of the player. You don't really have a backpack icon on the screen, so it wouldn't really work as well, but like say around the middle of the screen you see an icon of the health potion, right? Oh. We're going to have to fix that. But you would have an icon of the health potion around the head, and then it would basically fade and scale down into the corner of the screen. And so what this does is just tells the player, what they picked up, just gives them feedback that you did pick it up. So if I completed this 2 enemy kill quest, well, I'd have to collect stuff too, right? So I want to test your quest completion. So yeah, watch your stacking of stuff from your inventory. So if I sprint and then jump and then stop holding W, that's where you get your slide from. You're sprinting into your jump. I'll show you. I'll do it again when I have a better area. This should be 8th. 9? Still incomplete? Oh yeah, I don't need to do all this. I don't know why the health potions are still incomplete. For when you do this, maybe my sound's too low, so I apologize if it is. I would get a scraping, pushing, sound. Just feedback. If I'm not mistaken, these are traps. So what you want to do is, I don't even know what type of trap they are. Maybe spikes come out, but you want to, I don't know if you're just supposed to damage the player or they're just supposed to stun, but basically give me some effects or feedback to show me that I'm incapacitated. So I notice I'm also, I'm leveling up. I'm level 3 now. Again, think of MMOs, RPGs, League of Legends, Dota, things like that even. What happens in those games when you level up? They do a shower of particles, sparklies, all that fun stuff. A ray of light to let the player know that, hey, you've now leveled up. So now you have access to other things that you didn't have before. Yeah, I still have the health pots not updating, so I don't know if they're not supposed to update. So jump if they're not supposed to update, or if they are and they're broken. So just make sure you get that stuff done. And that way I can go turn in the quest. So here's the sprint thing. I'm sprinting, I jump and I let go. A tiny slide there. I don't know if you guys want that or not. No, my air control. Oh, I'm still taking. Somehow I took damage, but all I did was run and double jump. It looked like. I'm not 100% sure on that one. All right, let's go complete stuff. Yeah. Again, camera with ceilings. Okay, so what I would probably do here is, let me think for a minute to see where you guys go into. Okay, where am I? I know I'm in here. Can't see anything. restart. So not only that, I'm noticing that I'm level 1. My backpack is empty when I had stuff in it from before. So I'm not sure. It seems like you guys still haven't done the continuation of your levels. So what I was going to talk about with the other level is, instead of just saying you win, so what was the objective of that level? Get to the radio tower. So you win, congratulations, something along those lines. Yes, you destroyed the radio tower. Now we're going to move on to what's the next level? What's the next? I don't want to say tell them the next objective right then, but like we're going to go off to the desert base or the city area. We're going to go inside the compound. We're going to go infiltrate it now. And then when you go into this level, then you can either have another NPC to tell you, or I don't know, you can do some communication. Oh, there's a wall. You can do like some communication device, picture some Metal Gear Solid that just pops up and like, oh, you need to go do this now. But then just continue on through your next level. So I would like to give you guys more feedback for more levels. Let's see what you got. But you guys really need to work on the continuation. So after I complete mission 1, what do I do? What happens? Do I go to somewhere to... I'm assuming... Here you go. We'll do this. Okay, just to be sure. And then you guys would go into this. Oops. Go into this one. That's the broken one. So my issue with trying to play the levels individually is just by the names of them. Obviously level 1, 2, 3, 4. But just by the names of them, my assumption is we're not going to play a main level and then go to a level 2 where it's just about power-ups and just about teleport. Like, obviously we're not going to do level 4's quest log because you give me quest stuff in level 1. So while you might have 5 levels, I don't believe these are or should be, the main objectives of each level. So that's why I don't feel that playing through these is super helpful as far as the lineage of the game. You guys fix... Whoa! So bring this in a little bit, give it a background plate, because some areas where you have lots of white in the background, it's just hard to read. And then you have some overlapping text down here in the bottom left. You teleport. First, hold the right mouse button, first person. Second, middle mouse button to fire. Okay. So there's an issue right there. I'm reading it, and I'm going through it step by step, and then, oh, okay. At least you got it to come back up. And then G, remember to talk to them for more info regarding the level. Did you tell me to talk to the NPC after I talked to him? Because here's the NPC, nothing's popping up. I talked to the NPC. Oh. Get that little, I was moving while I entered it. Now I don't have movement controls, but she still wants to run. And then now you tell me to talk to the NPC. Okay, so this, middle mouse, G. I would get some effect for that. What did I just pick up? Again, think about what I talked about in the previous level with using your, where you have like the E to interact pop up going around the character's waist. Tell me, +1, was that a key card? Was that another I'm assuming that was a teleporter because I have 3 of 3 now. I don't know how easy it is for you guys to be able to do, but I would look into, think of a lot of games, Gears of War, games that you throw grenades that usually give you that arc layout, and that way it's kind of easier to see where am I going to throw this at, and where is it going to go, because now it's just, it looked like I was going into the corner, but now it's stuck there. And the problem with this is this right here. What is that? I can shoot stuff? But here's the problem. Now what do I do? I'm out of teleporters. So especially with giving this is the first teleporter level, with giving a player a teleporter and then having them do some, puzzle like this, so to speak. since it's their introduction and even in their practice section, you probably want to give them, a way to refill their stuff, because or else they're going to be stuck here like this. Quest log. Oh yeah, this one. So I can never find the general. Running into one of those small shacks behind me. Okay, so he's in a small shack, not a big building. You got houses you can run into, but other ones you can't. So actually, it looks like from this building. Looks like just normals, like on the outside. The outside shell aren't, or not normals, but collision on the outside isn't. The collision on the inside is. Alright, you're supposed to be a small house. Small shack. Can I run through these still? Yep. Okay. Always, I assume it's this one with the satellite dish. Again, add a little light, or add lights in here like the lights have been on. What just happened? Why is that doing that? I'm sorry, I just want to make sure OBS didn't stop on me. Nope, still going. Okay, how about these little shacks? We ran through all those. I cheat a little bit. I just want to be able to see faster. That's the enemy. Okay. Oh. Don't see anybody. You're not the commander, are you? Enemies don't seem to have collision in this level. Alright, let's try these little houses. Well, one of them has a person. Can't enter that one. Can I talk to him from outside? Nope. Cool. Oh, is he the commander? Yeah, I am not sure where your commander is at, your general. Oh. Hurt me with fire? Oh. So that's also probably a pretty big hit from fire. Maybe you want to make that a little bit less with a little bit more, make it do less damage, but more often. So it's more like a dot. That one's like a big hit really fast. Level select. Let's see, this is combat. Whoa. So kind of the opposite problem you had in the other one. Where are you at? It's not as bad because in the beginning when the level was dark, it was bad. But now that it lit up some, it's better. But I would still kind of make it consistent of the other one, make them look all consistent. So maybe just in this example, just have white text, but then have a background plate. That way, it doesn't matter what the level looks like. That way, the level isn't your background. You can control it. Welcome to the combat gauntlet. Defeat all enemies and find the hidden win area. But be careful. Do not try to leave the city, or you will regret it. Collect any items that you can find. Okay. My biggest concern right now is lack of information of, and I know it's a hidden area, but what am I supposed to do? Just go through this whole city looking for a hidden area? Like, not going to give me any kind of clues to anything? Seems pretty big and pretty open. What I would probably do to help this, first off, maybe your streets like this, you can just do this lane and not these, and that way this would start being buildings already. So your roads are only these two wide. The other thing you can do is from a top-down view, obviously I can't see it right now. Think of it like a maze. And right now, I just seen that guy spawn out of the air out of nowhere. I'll get back to the maze part in a minute. When you spawn enemies, make sure that they're not just popping in instantly, like a 0, they're gone, 1, they're there, on, off. Don't do that. Have them spawn, have an effect, have an animation, have a sound. Let the player know that, hey, these things are spawning. Picture, I'm making stuff up here, picture a game with some cartel or army that you're trying to fight off. And so I'm in here, and you want to spawn a squad of enemies. Rather than just spawning a squad of enemies out the air, you could have a helicopter come fly through and have 6 people jump out of the helicopter and then fly off. That way, the helicopter itself is a warning. Them jumping down is a warning, gives the player time. Because you don't want to be standing right here and then, spawn above my head. So your enemies aren't attacking back, so not much combat. The level's pretty big and wide open. I'm not 100% sure where to go, what to do, why to do it. He just flew off for some reason. And it's just like you have a bunch of enemies doing nothing. And you also, I've seen one pop somewhere. You also tell me don't try to leave the city, or else I'll regret it. So you definitely don't want to do that. Reason being, like, that's really unfair to the player. You just straight up kill them. And imagine I'm trying to skate along the edge. I don't have mouse control. Okay, there we go. So check your menu stuff with your mouse and camera. What I'm getting at is you want to warn them. Think about Battlefield and games like that. You know, when you start hitting the edge, you're like, hey, return in 10 seconds or else, you'll be killed. At least you're giving the player a warning and they understand why they're doing it. If you don't tell the player, I mean, obviously you tell them, don't try to leave the city or regret it, but or line it with fences or a forest or something where they can't actually get out. So I apologize, I might have forgotten about it, the maze thing. So looking at your city from a top-down view, you picture these boxes, being a building, gap, building. Instead of from a top-down view, just having an open area with a bunch of, buildings scattered in it to where you can go around all of them. Start looking at some of, like, weaving through your city, and you can start blocking off streets to create a maze type look to it. Again, it doesn't have to be a maze as in there's only one direction, one area to go, but it's just not so open. You can have dead ends with secrets in them, stuff like that. Use destroyed cars, dumpsters, construction blockades to stop it. military presence. Maybe there's just a line of tanks there. Overturn cars, a wreckage that's just blocking the exit. Just some kind of thematic things to block, movement that is thematic. So again, you guys really need to work on your going from one level to the next. How am I going to proceed as the player? I mean, technically it's pretty easy. You load into the next level. But design-wise, how are we going to congratulate the player on the current level and then introduce them to the next level? Let them play, congratulate, introduce, let them play, congratulate, introduce. All right, let me know if you guys have any issues or questions, concerns, anything you guys want to talk about. I'm here for it.